Good morning from Piraeus. I decided to make an escape today from the heat and the fires in Athens, and I'm going to Hydra for the day. It's about an hour-and-a-half ferry ride, and we're going on one of these little dinky boats, which I don't like, but whatever. And I'm gonna swim and give you a little tour of Hydra. Oh, and it's Sunday, so the big church here in Piraeus is showing its bells. Well, that's nice. I am now on the ferry, and I'm getting to sit upstairs, which I've never sat upstairs on one of these little ferries before. It's very cool. Didn't know. And that's it. I'm here. Well, we ran a little late, but I think that's because of all the checks. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about all the checks to get on the ferries that I experienced today at the end of the video, so if you need to hear about that, you want to stay tuned to the very end so that you can hear what it was like. And this is the port of Hydra. I have been to Hydra once before on a sailing trip, so not on a ferry, on a sailboat. Oh, it's so much cooler here. I'm so excited. So if you're not familiar, there are no cars allowed on Hydra, so most people get around by walking or by donkey. These guys look pretty well cared for, so just choose wisely if you're going to use them, because some of them are not. Alright, I found a place to sit and have lunch, and seriously, I could sit here all day and watch people go by and watch boats come in and leave. This is what I love about island life, just kind of letting it pass by. Alright, I am now going to walk to the beach where you can just like jump off the cliffs and show you where that is. If you follow the path around the port, you head this direction to go to the swimming spot. Not too far of a walk, and there are some shade here, so it's not too hot. There are a couple of restaurants over here as well if you wanted to come and swim off the rocks and have lunch or dinner. This is a great spot to sit for sunset because the sunset's over that way. And you can see I'm swimming right here. Really nice, especially if you're hot. Trust me, this water is nice and cool. It feels great. Look at the color. The color is fabulous. Look at this view. This is Hydra, which is just a little bit further up the path. And there's places to swim over here too. See? You do have to be a little bit aware of the ferries coming in and out because they create quite a wake, but it's really nice swimming. Trust me, I did it a couple of years ago. It's great. Look at this. Look how lovely. And you can see the whole port from up here. And the breeze feels amazing. See? Lovely, lovely spot. There are some museums on the island. One of them is right over there. It is the Historical Archive of Hydra. Sorry about the boat noise. Not much I can do about it. I have been in that one. If you love nautical history, it's a great place to go, and it's an easy walk from the town. The other one I haven't been to, but I will put a link to it below if I can find it, or if there is a link. But it's worth it if you're spending more than a day or two here and you love history to go to them. So the best thing to do in Hydra is to just walk around and get lost. Because there are no cars allowed in Hydra, it does sort of feel like you've stepped back into like the 19th century rather than being in the 20th century. I love it. I wish there were more islands that were small enough to not allow cars, It's really peaceful. It means it's somewhat quiet, although down at the port it's not quiet, but once you get into the village, it's definitely quieter. I do wonder how people like up there get their groceries. They must just have delivery, but it's really nice. Look at this. There's no one back here. It's just completely quiet and silence. This is the store I was looking for. It's called Turquoise. I bought a tablecloth here 5 years ago. No, who knows? Yes, 5 years ago. Now they have a store in Athens, and I recently bought a bag there. I'll show it to you. They have beautiful fabrics, kind of hard to see. It's a great beach bag. And they have dresses and accessories. I love this store. It's gorgeous inside. Alright, I have made it to Mandaraki Bay. It's a very small beach, but it is the only sandy beach here in Hydra. So I had to come and check it out. And the water is nice and cool for swimming. Here it is from the water. So there is a restaurant as well, and if you want to order something at your chair, just press the little button right there and they come to you. It's nice. Especially if you don't want to go swim off the rocks and sit on the rocks, this is a nice place. It's time to head back to Hydra. I'm gonna wander around a little bit more before I get on the ferry to go back to Athens. Really is a great town to just walk around in and look at all the architecture because the buildings are really amazing. It's not like the Cycladic Islands. It's a very different feel, but it's nice. Look at it. Nice big alleyways actually over on this part of it, whereas that rarely happens in the Cycladics. And it's not all blue and white. It's not even white necessarily. This is the pharmacy I've been looking for. I kept seeing the sign, but I couldn't find it. I don't know why, but pharmacies here are amazing. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me take a video inside. They actually have a big sign that says no to photographs. That's okay. It's really amazing inside. I actually recommend that if you're interested in old stuff, go to the pharmacy because they still have all the original cabinetry in the walls and a lot of the jars. Obviously they have modern stuff now too, but the inside was amazing. I think it's interesting because a lot of the walking areas are wide enough for cars, so it's almost like at one point they thought they were going to allow them. Maybe it was for horses and carriages. That could be it too. My ferry leaves in about an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have a little snack and a little beer to finish off the trip before I get back on the ferry. This is just what I needed. I've been sort of like working a lot and not really doing anything, and I really needed to get away and not be in Athens. Okay, I wasn't gonna show you guys this, but they had a Falafel Pita on the menu, so I got it. Look at it, it's amazing. I thought it was gonna be really small, but it's big. I'm gonna be full, and it was only €3. This is what Hydra looks like when you're waiting for your ferry that comes around the sunset hour. It's almost 8 o'clock, and the sunset's probably around 8:30, 8:40. And this is what it looks like. This is gonna be it for the vlog part, but I'm gonna come back on when I get into Athens and get cleaned up and talk a little bit about what it was like getting on the ferry to Hydra and back in terms of like what they're checking and everything and what you need. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'm back from Hydra, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I needed to get on the ferry. So in Piraeus, which is one of the Athens ports, I had to show first my vaccine certificate and my ID. So if you're not vaccinated, you'll need to show a test, and I'm going to include the requirements for that below. Then they took my ticket, and then I had to show the health declaration form, which is usually ferry company specific. You can do it electronically, but I think it's better to have it printed out because you have so many things that you're juggling trying to show all the people. And I had my ticket on my phone, so then I had to show my vaccine certificate and then switch and show my ticket. So it was a little bit messy. Actually, when I got to Hydra, I went and got a physical ticket from the ferry company office. Then when I came back to go to Athens, all I had to show was another separate health declaration form and my ticket. There was no question about either being tested or vaccinated, which is unusual. I thought they were asking for those things, so even I'm still a little bit confused at this point. I'm probably going to try to find an article to link to down below so that you guys have better information than I did. What I would say is just be prepared to show whatever it is that you think you need to show, and if you're not sure, contact the ferry company. All right guys, I will see you in the next video.